Hello. Hello. Cooling tower slightly in view. No, slightly. There we go. How we doing? How we doing? Might be a shorter stream today because I have a hell of a headache from the heat. I think I've got a bit of a little bit of heat stroke maybe. But yeah. But we'll play by ear, see how we go. So we're here with Factorio, continuing from last night. Silba, hello, thank you for the 70 stream streak. How are we doing? Right, let me just quickly remind myself what's going on here. Right, so we've got a lot more rares and a few more epics, which is very nice. We've definitely got plenty in here to do some uncommons, like lots of uncommons. 2-3 rares maybe. But yes, anyway. Fuel production. That's what we were doing. I'm going to take my watch off because that's bugging me. All right. Fuel protection, so we have this constantly going. Lots of belts. Like, lots of belts. I know that. It's too bloody hot today, honestly. It's freaking ridiculous. Just in case that's needed, I'll grab that. Couple of them. I don't need to have them on me. Let's be honest. Can go into there as well. I will nab them. So artillery shell range has just been researched as well. Beautiful. Okay, that should. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Assemblers and chemical parts. More of them would actually be really handy. Let's be honest. Do I even have? I don't think I do. Do I have any on board here? Yeah. That'll tie us over for the time being. All right. So head to Navas. I want you to drop that because we're going to want them. Drop there as well. All right, cool. So that. Yeah, might as well. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm going to stop you here. Because at least you'll unload that. We should. Anyway. So we'll see. Yep, there you go. Okay, so it's good to know, because this is what I didn't pay attention to last time. 2 is all I need, actually. Seems 2 will happily fill one side of the belt. Now I'm now thinking, which might be useful. Is that still really all that's hit the 16 mark? It is. Wow. Okay. To balance them maybe. Even though realistically it shouldn't matter. Part of me's also wanting to potentially loop this around, if I'm to be honest, because I'm kind of thinking along the lines of how necessary, well, to keep them all going, but I suspect full belt won't necessarily reach the end. I don't know. That's something I might do in the future, but for now I'm going to not. And then just so basically I've always got stuff running around on the belts.
Hello there.
Hi Freak, how you doing? Doing okay. Good. No, so I'll end up blocking. The idea is we pull them off, but then if it ends up filling, it doesn't block, it just lets it go, carry on through. So I can copy paste it. Like I said, we're gonna shift this over. I'll just double paste. Of course I'm full. For the moment. You doing okay? Good. Good. So I have a headache, so I do apologise if I'm very slow on uptakes today. Or at least, you know, a lot slower than normal. I don't have an opposite. Oh, yeah, I never did. I never did do an opposite to this. Obviously that actually that should be fine. Yeah, that's all right. Why am I worried? But if I'm going the other direction, then I've got a problem because I never did the counter direction. So I will have to do at some point. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hi, Splaster. Oh, you've given Loki wings today. Okay. So if I just leave that as such for the moment, just need to connect the gap. Yeah, it's fine. Don't need to add more signals. Cool. How many have I got left? Not many. Saratoga. Have you delivered everything? On your way to see what the dentist can do from a mouth, the other dentist drilled through a crown to the root canal underneath. Now the dentist needs to fix it. Maybe some other teeth. Oh, that's annoying. So can you bring 80 up now? Well, hopefully they can get it sorted without too much more issues. I'm not gonna lie, I hate dentists. Really do. Right, so I'm not going to be super worried about waste, to be honest, because I just want this to, you know, get up running and working. So, trying to think, water, ice cubes for water and fuel blocks for fuel production is going to be, they get pulled off and kept off. Is what I want with them. So I do need a allowed to be blocked. Well, so not necessarily allowed to be blocked, just something a little different to this. So it just gets pulled off and sent on its merry way, and then in itself, it will have an overflow handler. So I could probably... Has any ice got past? No. Not that it really matters if it had or not. Then same with fuel blocks. Okay. So it's getting handled again. Just got to stick onto there. Hey Dentist 2 had a really bad one, pull all the wisdom teeth before the Gulf War. I'm a dentist and new to profession. Butchers as they learn. Yeah. Fortunately, I never had to put up with any issues when I was in the army. I got to use a civilian dentist. Lucky for me. Or unlucky. To be fair, they're probably not that much better. I'm also actually going to have this just to kind of even it. Okay. Raise your teeth for bad teeth. Can I imagine what your dentists go through to fix them and get off the kids? I mean, for us Brits, the issue is lack of education for the most part. Like, even as someone in my 40s, there's still things that I still learn that I'm having to make sure to pass along to my own boys to like properly look after, because I know I didn't really look after my teeth growing up, and I've definitely paid the price for it. Remember Dad was born in London, Grandma Liverpool, English roots in the family. See, a lot of it, the thing is, you're older than me, so that means your parents, grandparents are going to be from a time where access to dentistry care wasn't really a thing. Whereas now is a weird one, because if you're really poor, it's a bit of a postcode lottery if you've got good access, and you won't have to pay for it, or it's a very minimal price. If you're a child, you don't have to pay for it anyway. But the postcode lottery is about whether you can get into a dentist, because they're so over subscribed. Yeah. If you got lots of money, you have no problems. It's easy. Private dentistry care is like it's practically top notch in this country. If you're like me, who is very poor but doesn't get the same type of help from the government as those around me due to the nature of my job, yeah, I've gotten very lucky with the help that I can get. Basically, it costs me money. I don't get checkups. I can't get checkups. I can't get onto any lists for checkups, but I can get emergency care. Just costs me. It's not cheap. But I'm lucky that I have the access to do that. Strangely enough, my kids have a dentist, and it's the dentist I get my emergency care with that I used to be with, and then COVID happened and they kicked like so many people off, and then now I'm on a waiting list to get back on, but I can still get emergency care that I pay for with them. So, but I mean, these days I try and look after my teeth properly. And the issue a lot with England and Britain is also the type of foods we eat. So our general diets, the water as well has, for the most part, it's massively improved over the decades, which has helped. But that also played an impact on the state of people's teeth and general health here. Like it's amazing what actually impacts teeth, enamel health and all that. It really is. And you say that, but weirdly, just before I started stream, and I was having a conversation with my 10-year-old about it. Cause it's like, why do I have to brush my teeth? I don't like brushing my teeth. So yeah, having a conversation about why he's so important for his health. Go to youth appointment as an adult. This is not going to be enough for rocket fuel. I don't. Well, or maybe. No, it won't. I'm gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to module this. Oh, I have forgot something, and I've just clicked on what I forgot. And no, I haven't. I have got one. Okay, fine, good. Tell him if he doesn't, it will affect his heart, keeping his teeth, and he'll get rid of the dragon breath. Not break. Oh yeah, I've had this conversation. I've said to him that, you know, if you don't brush your teeth correctly, oh, got some damage here. Oh, it's just outside. They need shifting. Let's take Logitank over. That like all the stuff that he gets during the day on his teeth from like food bits and just general particulates that he breathes in, you know, if you're not cleaning them off, they get into his stomach, get into his inside, and they make him ill. To be fair, I've told him this loads of times, but he keeps forgetting. So I have to keep reminding him. And young women would not be interested in him as well. Yeah, to be fair, I did say to him that while the most important thing is for your health, another reason is because people in general may not want to be around you. So, because, you know, he might not want to be around with someone if you know, odors of their presence makes him physically unwell. So why should he subject others to that same thing if he's not willing to put up with it? You know, treat those how you wish to be treated and all that. Right, okay, cool. So that's done. So they're getting repaired. Right, back to this. Oh, please say that's there. Okay, so I've got 64. We're still relying on one silo. I need to get some water because I am drinking this so much. Tell you what, head over. I will take what you've got. I haven't got any bloody storages on me though. Liquid storages. That was silly. Right, so how many am I needing? What have I got here? I've got 10. So I need 8.3. That's fine. One is all I need actually for that. I'll have more because I might as well just utilize the whole thing. Anyway, at this point, because I'm definitely going to move this at some point, I'm sure. Because I'm going to need to be making lubricant. Okay, random reason. What there? Not sure. Oh, definitely I want more room for that. If I just have that like so for the moment. And then we will get these kind of in range of a large. Am I gonna? Oh, I can. It just won't reach. Tell you what, let's. Not quite got the distance. In fact, if we do that as far as I can get away with, then I'll convert it over to this. So in that way, we've got them being powered. Okay. Yeah, I will take that. We're going to throw an epic down there, so that like really gives me some eyes in this area. Not that, you know, not desperate for it, but useful. Right, so lubricant's fine. So we now just need to get some water being made. Well, at least not necessarily water being made, but hooked up ready for once the water's being made. Oh, that is literally just one tile off as well. For being absolutely perfect. I'm gonna have it come back down to here. Gets looped on. So priority out this way. Then if that ends up, it's completely full. In fact, what I will also do just to try and encourage that I've got a spread where I can. Tell you what, I'm not sure that would help, because of the way it is. I mean, it will help, but I will still there will still be some unnecessary movement. It's fine. These are still using Pearson ammo anyway. Couple of behemoths, so not many at the moment. That is going to start burning through. How far? Okay, uranium ammo's in. No, actually, it's coming in from the north. Okay, so actually, that is going to be quite a while until that swaps over. Yeah. Okay, that's a shame. That's a shame. So what, should we do 16,000 laser damage? Another 70% maybe, because you know that will help. I mean, I should do this, but I'm not making agricultural science at the moment. I suppose I should be. Yeah, might as well. Throw that in also. That can go on as well. That one. Just so we've got something going on. Right, so how do I want to ensure that it's only going? I can't think of a way to ensure, because having it balanced before will mean that if I am full on one side, it will then, there will still be bits going on there and getting disposed. The last thing I want is to basically have an issue where I'm running out of fuel blocks. In theory, it should never happen. But okay, we're going to just accept the loss. It's not a big enough loss to be super worried about. Feel like I'm like sticking myself into a hole here. I'm gonna need loads. All right. In that case, I'm out. Never mind. All right. And then again, a loop around. Priorities always adds in. It's fine. Makes it look tidier, actually. So what that does, I can just then throw them all into here. To be altered based on throughput. I'm gonna have to see that in action to see if I need more or not. Okay, so there's the water hookup. Make sure that there's power. Okay, obviously at the moment I can't really do a whole bunch. So what I'm going to do is we'll manually send that out. Hopefully we get some, you know, more things. Right, so we are going to utilize this for the gears. And the point of this is going to be that this is getting converted straight into iron plates. Let's keep it as uncommons. And we're going to utilize this to make sure that we are doing stack inserting. So I'm out of bloody combinators again. Okay, I see why that's a bit different. There we go. Put it in totally the wrong fucking place though. Go. Right. Oh, there we go. That's working. Excellent. I just need to have an outbound now. Yeah, there we go. Just going, you know, not producing like a very large quantity, mind you, but it's fine. We've got a start of some rocket fuel. Right, so how do I want to insert this onto the belt? It's going to be not gonna lie, one option is just to actually put it over here and stick it in through this. My issue is balancing it. Or it might be the secondary shredders that I'm doing. No, I know how I'm going to do this. I might end up moving this though. I need so many decided combinators. I need to actually be making them here instead of bringing them down from Navis. Yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that for the moment. So what, should I do the radar? It's currently not showing there. There you go. That. Make sure it's done, yeah. A bit more power required here. Also, I will throw that down. And then I will have an epic. Right, I will grab them whilst I'm here. Grab them as well. Just getting filled up with the stuff that I've used over there. I would like to empty myself of that and that. Yeah, there is something else on empty. That also. More accumulators. We have more accumulators. We have quite a few accumulators. Excellent. Right, some in there. Take them. Take them. Like I said, we do need to be building some. Not sure I've got everything on the network. I don't. Okay. So there you go. That will grab what I'm missing. Unfortunately, we have a ton of these boxes that are going to keep this running. So there we go. Right, so we got 100. We will run out very quickly, but still, it's better than nothing. All right, out you go. You get a bit more. So that's now fully blocked. Oh, I should have picked up the chemical parts, never mind. Right, so like I know what I want to do, but the how is where my brain is just like struggling at the moment. Right, I tell you what, I'm gonna pull that up. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, I don't need to pull that up. I will cut it so it gets pulled up, and then I've got a blueprint for the moment. Right, technically done. Done. Cool. Okay, so thinking. Hey, I've run out of boxes. Okay, fair enough. The only thing I don't like is the fact that because of the way I'm doing this is what's coming off here is going to go through these before getting sent off. I'm not sure I want it to happen that way. And to be honest. Right, so okay. So how like case of making sure it's like balanced in a way so I don't end up with too much of something. It's like that. This just adds to it. I can so see it breaking though. So that'll come up. This will go off doing whatever through the factory, getting pulled off at various points, then pulled back down. Somewhere along here to be put back on. And then it's a case of if we end up with too much of something, it gets thrown through this. But I can 100% see this blocking up. Or it might be, I don't know, maybe instead of having that come through this loop first, so that connects to there, gets priority, so we can make sure that we've got iron plates, electronic circuits, you know, stuff that doesn't come out of scrap. And then goes through what it needs and then comes back through. Yeah, I think it's better. It's not perfect though. I need to get more belts. Run out. Right, I'm going to take a quick break because it's an ad break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I need more water. Hello, hello, welcome back. Hi, Glundick. How are you? Thank you for 40 stream street. I have big water. Big water's arrived. Because my other ones aren't cold enough, so I don't rely on that. I'll tell you what I should do is actually have that there, because while sitting there, they could have been freaking filling me up with what I want. Or at least if I had my personal logistics operating, you know, that'd be a good idea. Right, bunch more of them because I know I'm going to need them. No more radars to pick up. So are we done with everything? Yes, looks like it. Like, yeah. How am I? Very hot, very tired, and I have a headache. Other than that, all right. How are you? Head to Nevis. I'm hoping that this is because that's missing, so once that drops, that should complete. Fine, winter's gradually coming to an end. I'm not gonna lie, I'd prefer winter. I mean, I haven't had like stupidly minus temperature winters. I've never experienced that. So I'd probably change my mind if I ever did. But in England, I prefer winters. So, Soldan, very tired here to manage to apply for that final job I needed to film a quote for July. To try and allow myself to relax a bit for the rest of the week. Oh, brilliant. You prefer middle ground about plus 20 or so. Yeah, see, that's like early summer for us. Plus 20. I prefer I prefer it in the 10s. Like if I got to choose my ideal temperature, that would be my ideal temperature. Mid 10s. Right, got another silo. Single digits I'm okay with. Once it goes into negative Celsius though, it depends on my general health at that point. If I'm not feeling ill, then it's all right until it's like -5. Very narrow window to where I go from. You know what? This is all right too. Fuck's sake, I don't want to leave the house. With like 20 layers on, and I can no longer feel my toes because of how cold it is. Because my toes go numb. Bad blood circulation, unfortunately. Once it starts getting below -10 Celsius, then it starts getting chilly. A lot of it also depends on like the air and that as well. Like if there's winds, like if there's no wind, you can handle like much lower temperatures. But if there's a wind to it, nah, it gets not nice, not comfortable. I really don't like when it's below -20, but thankfully no negative temperatures. Last time I've seen snow 3 years ago. My part of the UK, the lowest we go, the lowest I've experienced like -8, -9 that I can remember. Because I'm Midlands area, so I'm part of the Midlands without a very noticeable accent of a certain city. But Yeah, so here our temperature swings aren't stupidly low, because obviously I'm like 70 miles, 80 miles away from any coastline. And the way the topography tends to be, we don't get the extremes at either end. We tend to be quite balanced for the most part. So when we're like sweltering from the heat, we know other parts of the country are absolutely fucked. And then when we're feeling like, you know what, it's bloody cold, we know other areas of the country are, again, absolutely fucked. Maximum minimum I've experienced in the wild was about -30. It's really not pleasant. Yeah, what? There's a specific temperature that if you ever find yourself at, like humans just generally can't survive it. And like for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. I did have that correct first time. You have a lot of oceans around it, really buffers its temperatures. Not gonna lie, weirdly, what really buffers our extreme weather? Island. Totally serious. Ireland protects England from well, Ireland and Wales protects England from so much bad weather. Because they can get it really bad. But by the time you like, especially when we're getting high winds, like storms and that coming in off the Atlantic, by the time it's rolled over Ireland, it's lost so much strength. But then you get Scotland, who, you know, it doesn't get as much protection coming from Ireland because it's, you know, more north. Yeah, they get like -20 and lower sometimes over the winter. It's, yeah, it's crazy. I could never live in Scotland in the winter. I would like just surrender myself. Just like, no. Right, so again, it's just going to repeat this, isn't it? Now, if I'm to be so totally honest here, I would probably say it might do me the world of good to actually have the gears separate prior to this. Or like have its own unique separated one. Yeah, an extreme example of this could be Turkey, surrounded by 2 in the season, a lot of ground temperatures around the year are quite stable and warm. Downside is droughts is a potential major risk. So here at the moment, 60% of, I don't know whether it's of England or the whole of the UK, but 60% is under what's considered drought conditions here. I know we're a bit more relaxed with it than most places. Like, well, we're more likely to call it. But I'm trying to think, like, the last time it was like that severe. I can't even. Because the problem is we haven't hit our record temperatures yet. Even though we are hitting the tail end of summer, so we might have looked out on the record temperatures. It's just how long we've had the high temperatures. Should I separate the gears prior? Or should I just focus on getting it working and then decide later? Maybe that. Oh no, I'm full. Box of shame. Nah, we don't need box of shame here. What are we talking about? Just so you know, it's a bit more better. In that case, actually, I'm going to throw that there. Oh no! Oh, mech armor's been done. Hooray! Very nice. Right, there we go. It's not permanently powered. You can put substations in line with the... okay, yeah. Same idea. Beep. Right, Saratoga. That can go down. That can stay on board. Head back to Fulgora. Everything been dropped off. Humanim. Balls. God, this picks up so much freaking stone. Speaking of, that's something I haven't done on that thing. I need to be separating holmium off. Like I don't want a holmium going up here ever. And I will let the belts block to protect that. Just having a look. Doesn't look like any's been outputted anyway, so we're all right there. One thing I would like to do, but I don't have the space for it at the moment. Going to there, going to there. Yo. Speed modules done. Hooray. Just do that for a moment. I just wish that this didn't have to be a thing. Factorio music reminds you of Satisfactory. I can see it. Oh, you say that, Factorio music. I got a copyright notice on not yesterday's, but last week's VOD, Thursday's VOD, for 10 seconds of one of the Fulgora. I'm sure it's one of the Fulgora tracks. Or it might be one of the Vulcanus tracks. It's like, we're not going to demonetize you. He doesn't get monetized anyway, so he's like, whatever. But no, well, it's not going to affect it, but just so you know, it matches our content ID thing, and it could affect you in the future. So what the heck? I've never had a copyright ID match on a Factorio video before, ever. And it's literally like, I don't think it's like 10 seconds, if that, of an opening. And I listened to the track that it's matched in, and the opening is identical to one of the tracks, weirdly enough. But you can barely hear it because I'm talking at the time. But yeah, it's matched. It's like, okay, sure. Being a bit sensitive much. I just use the YouTube thing to like just strip the music out of that section, because I can't be bothered to like counterclaim it and go, you're a dumbass, unclaim it. Ow, got it. Saying that, there was one game I literally, I'm trying, was it Captain of Industry? Which is part of the reason why I stopped using the in-game music and had it on a playlist to remove a specific track, because it got flagged every single VOD. I can't remember if it was Captain Industry or another game, but there was one game where a particular track got flagged constantly. So every time I'd counter it, I'll just go, no, it's fine, I have permission to like do this, and they dropped the claim, but it was just hassle to do it every day. Content IDs weird. I've heard stories YouTube matching Factorio's Labs and some track and striking the channel. I remember someone getting content ID, well, actually got a full-on copyright strike. Like, content ID is, it's just basically a heads up, this matches, just so you know, and they've been notified this matches, so you know. Copyright strike is the holder actually then going, no, we're doing something like it. So we got a copyright strike over a video that contained wind. Honestly, not even making it up. Because they thought, because it was in the news 2 years ago, because they even like, when it's just wind, they thought it was a joke, or it was like a complete mistake. They went, it's wind, and then they actually got back when, yeah, that's what we're copyrighting. We're taking over the monetization in your video. Wind. What? Yeah. Like what the fuck? It's something that's in nature. You can't. Oh, it gets abused so much. To be fair, I never heard a follow-up about that, so I don't know whether in the end they come to their senses and drops it, or YouTube steps in and went, no, actually this is pretty stupid, what are you talking about? But then I remember a big content creator getting, they pissed off somebody, so they went out their way to find 3 videos and put copyright strikes on those 3 videos and got the channel shut down, like immediate account ban, because you got 3, it's a 3 strike rule. until it hit massive news, and then YouTube kind of like walks it back and went, yeah, this is not happening. It's an abuse of the copyright system. Yeah, obviously the people who did it, no punishment, as is normal. Okay, I'll be having to take a break shortly. Right, okay. So I'm thinking, widen this out to make a really big loop. I'll make sure. I mean, to be fair, I've got plenty of rods. So what is going on? Why? Like, I'm clicking once and then suddenly I'm getting that. My mouse is like. To be fair, I don't think it's my mouse. I'm pretty sure it's me. Like, I'm just getting slow in my old age of like releasing the button. Okay, right, so this entire area is now safe from strikes. It's not in YouTube's interest to step in. They don't want to be accountable. This stance is solve your problem through court. No, they come to us to reinstate the channel. Unless there's enough bad PR going around, then they will step in. But let's be honest, that is the only time. Because like I said, this content creator, for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. Like, YouTube actually stepped in on their behalf over it. Because to be fair, it wasn't like some massive company either, so that's probably why they stepped in. Because they could step in, get the PR win, and at the end of the day, it wouldn't really affect their bottom line. And they know that court's probably not going to have the money to take YouTube to litigation over the fact either. So, yeah, that probably played a big part. Let's be honest here. Because I also know with Bloomberg and Nexus, earlier this year, late last year, Bloomberg put a dodgy copyright claim on one of their videos. That just happened. It's whole load of bullshit. It just happened to have a fair use clip of a Bloomberg news thing. Which had never flagged anything before. It just happened that the video they've flagged kind of directly competed with a video that Bloomberg had released. Not bullshit. Yeah, and obviously Bloomberg's much bigger, more connected, so YouTube point blank refuses to do anything. There we go. We got some on the belt now. Do we think this is going to be a big enough room to me to have a reasonable base going? Or do we think I might end up having to make it, you know, bigger? Time will tell. Haven't got 4 left. Okay. No, as in it needs to be bigger. Yeah, of course. It's Factorio. It's never big enough. Bigger. God, it makes me think of Stargate SG-1 episode. I think it's when they introduced Wormhole Extreme. And you've got Peter, is it Peter Deluge? Who's like actually one of the directors for Stargate at the time, actually on screen as a director, and they're doing little explosions. And they keep having to make explosions, and then they do one with a big explosion, and he goes, "Look at my lips, bigger." just randomly popped into my head that. So pissed off that Amazon decided not to do the fucking new Stargate. Like, you're like, yeah, we're gonna do a new Stargate. It's all there. The original writers are involved. Blah, blah, all this, and then you go, oh, actually, it's we're not liking it. So actually, we're cancelling the plans to revive it. It's like fucking joke. Because it wouldn't attract enough new fans. Like, I'm sorry, do you not understand how many fans would existing fans who would then introduce it to their children? Like, there'd 100% be new fans, so you mad. But yeah, there you go. Another little rant. Not enough racial diversity. The thing is, I jumped on the wrong train. Whoopsie daisy. Can you just go drop me back off, please? Thank you. They all look alike, you know, because, you know, being identical. To be fair, Stargate was actually quite racially diverse. Like, you had a strong female lead. You had the nerds. You had a black actor. The false gods, the Goa'uld, had loads of different cultures and backgrounds. So it had white heterosexual man. Yeah, but you have to. It's the military. It's the most common makeup. But no, what made Stargate so good is, for the most part, it was very well written. I'll say for the most part, because there was a couple of episodes that were horrendously bad. And irony is that the worst episode of Stargate was written by the same person that wrote what's also considered the worst episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And it had a practically identical theme. Right, do I have any more? Still not filled this box up yet. Few more? Yep, lovely stuff. Tell you what, I am just gonna grab a bunch more of them. Up we go. Now we're looking. Any more fuel here? No. No, yes, now there is. To be fair, I should probably get that belted over. it would make a lot of sense. I did that the opposite direction. Again, I don't want it to just end there. We'd rather it loop so it's constantly available. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, and then to put in. So that will replenish what's already been used, but obviously we'll do it manually a few more times, and then at some point it will just automatically sort itself and just keep going. Okay, so that is now fully looped. The only thing that I might have to do is add some more recyclers. I probably will at some point pull off no, sorry, I'm definitely gonna do it. Put off gears prior. Because obviously that's going to take up so much stuff. It's unbelievable. I'm going to need more of these. Like, lots more of them. Right, so this is also going to have a unique one, is that this will allow to pass through. So we do have gears going around, which also does mean that I want to have that there. So ooh. Could this present me a problem at some point? Because I'm not going to lie, the chances are, yeah, it probably will. No, that one we will have to see what happens over time. Right, let's go get more bloody passives. Yeah, more active there. Ooh. I'm not going to be getting many more radars because that's going to be, well, saying that eventually that will just fill up. It's fine. I don't mind. Right, surely I have more around. Apparently not. Okay. Well. Start making them on planet. It's going to be the like most common sense solution. So I'm going to put it over here. That's fine. It's repaired. Okay, there we go. I'm definitely not quality building them. No, not gonna happen. Do I need to have that much going there? No, not really. Same with these. Yeah, that doesn't matter. If it happens to be any on the network, then yeah. So limit is 200. Okay, it's fine. But one more just so we get a nice round 50. There we go. Lovely. So the only downside I can see with doing it the way I've done it, is really that I'm only going to be getting like green circuits if my processing units and advanced circuits are like full and the belt's full at the time. Like, part of me's thinking instead of just having this just grab, you know, everything when the belt's full out, because reality is this the way this is done, that's how it goes that I see it rarely pushing through. In fact, I don't see it ever pushing through. Because this is never going to back up. This will be full, but just constantly going around and round and round. Obviously, that's, you know, doesn't really help having this like so. Obviously, the other option is that it always goes through if it's not been pulled off. So I swap these. So it gets priority. Priority is it gets broken down and added. And then if that's backed up, then it just carries on. Yeah, let's... Oh, haven't gotten out the train yet. Can't insert stone. Why am I trying to insert stone? Because the reality is that should like kind of start backing up, so then we do get a filter going up. As we can see, it's already kicking in. Right. Oh, now I've got to decide actually what I want to build here. I've done this, and then you know, I've got rocket fuel sorted. Silos. We've got the rocket fuels. Let's get the rockets. So we're gonna have them here. So basically, they're last on the loop, as it were. Doesn't quite reach, no. Right, so this is going to be that first. That's going to get moved. Can that reach and far enough? Not too much there. So this is gonna fucking help. Let me. There you go. Now I've got a bit more room in movement. Sorry. LDSs. Oh, that's actually the wrong way, isn't it? Okay. The downside is that this is like so much waste, it's unbelievable. Oops. Right, so priority is to fuel up the trains, obviously. Well, no productivity. Oh, well, actually, I do. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just going to constantly have this. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The only thing I'm kind of not liking about having it that way is like eventually it will just empty the belt out. Like I know I said we're not caring that much about waste, but this is like, to me, this is too much waste going on. So now I'm like thinking, is there a way to do this differently? The only way I can kind of think of is if I put something here, so I connect it up to there, but then I prioritize adding this stuff. Then if it's full, then it will come through to get gone. I almost want to have it go on a loop first before going in this, but again, I know I mean, to be fair, the other way is just not have a priority. So, yeah, it's the only way right now. It's the only way I can like properly think of having it work. Really should like change the color. And so colors matching. to be fair, if I knock that down to 2. Still bar, thank you for the 200 bits, much appreciated. Yeah. To be fair, it doesn't take super long to fill. But I still need, I've got to figure out how I'm going to get something on here as well next. Okay, so 40,000 storage. I'm so glad that these get modified by quality now. Okay, so you can just fill that up completely. So we've always got a huge amount on reserve, hopefully. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this. Let me slight altering. Because again, instead of being stuck, I just wanted to like constantly looping around. So import priority, obviously, whatever is already existing on there. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a do that. Because then that way it's like constantly be able to be utilized. Not a single LDS so far. And then this is where I'm going. I'm not producing enough rocket fuel, even when it's like fully going. You got enough? Oh yeah, you got plenty, right? So that will get a bunch, then that will get a bunch. Won't be enough to kick in full automation with them though. I'm thinking for the moment, have that, yeah, let's have that disabled currently. Just so doesn't end up with one and then just like run out and then I have to go rescue it. At least it's got some to hopefully last long enough. We'll see. But yeah, this I'm not. But no, I'm really super not happy with this. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. All right. God, see, we're gonna have to make this mech armor at some point, obviously. All right, we've still had no LDSs come through. That's quite surprising. Okay, so they are in there. Right, so we've got 3 trains pulling through scrap. I'm not going to worry about the general throughput at the moment. It doesn't have to be a huge amount. Something I haven't done is given my space to actually make use of this. Whoops. All right, I've got one left. It can go there. Cool. Oh, no, that's not even going to be anywhere close enough. I should have done this one. Balls. All right. Saratoga needs to go to Vulcanus. We need more cliff explosives. Head to Navas first, mind you. I want to drop them because that is going to be... Yeah, it's just that what need. Although I made this on Fulgora anyway, it makes sense to roll, keep rolling it there. But yeah. Right then, so the obvious one is science packs. And then work backwards. Okay, that's already fully covered. And I am thinking of doing quality runs on these. Maybe. Oh, now, yeah, now we've got LDSs on here. So now these are literally just waiting for the rocket fuel. Which, you know, it's going to take a while. And this is where I'm saying, you know, I need to like swing this back round instead of it just piling up there. Whoops. Okay, obviously I needed to give that more room. Or better yet, not have it there. Downside is that will technically, say technically no, it will mean that this is priority, not that. So a better way would be that. And then that will rotate round. And it means that will always have priority over new stuff coming on. So now my thinking is, now this is more or less up and running, do I want to go add more trains to that? No, not yet. Right, back to this then. So Holmium solution. It's made in a what? Chem plant? Or... yeah, chem plant. So it is literally 1 to 2. So I've got 4. Okay. Then that is in this. So what? Let me upgrade all of them. Right. That won't cover the extra, will it? That should. So it's practically a 1-to-1 ratio. And as I'm low, I'm gonna have to use them. Oh, it's not quite. Okay, since we don't technically have enough uncommons. So yeah, that's a 1-to-1. Obviously that's not going to work, is it? I mean, it could work that way. Only problem I'm seeing is, where am I putting in the Harmonium solution? Like, heavy oil's easy. I would have to have a gap specifically to stick that in. Right, and then what we'll do, or have it as an odd. So like that. So like sort of get kicked over to this side. Then we'd have the stone coming across here, so that would get pulled off. So that would feed that. And then basically supercapacitors and accumulators would make somewhere else. Probably move it via bots. Even though, you know what? No, we wouldn't really have to, actually. Right. So that's requiring stone, chromium ore. Do I have a 2-to-1? I don't. We actually have a block. Oh, lovely. So technically that's a balancer, a 2-to-1 balancer. Problem is, actually, I need to combine it with stone. I'll tell you what. I'll use a long-handed for the stone. Well, that's annoying. Okay, question becomes, do I want to split that off to deal with that, or put it off here instead? Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab it off of this. Because I can 100% see if I'm pulling it off there, this is going to become very intermittent. Whereas having it like this, it allow for a little bit more consistency. What else am I needing that for? Tesla turrets and supercapacitors and lightning collectors. Okay, so obviously at that point then I will want more here. I'm out. Oh dear. In fact, if we do that, actually, let's have it, you know, away. Just because I want the inserters to line up, because I want to be, you know, weird, awkward, whatever we call it. Okay, now I've got to get water over here. Okay, so we're going to utilize a few undergrounds just to be clearing the pipes. Oh, balls. Okay. Now we're actually getting ice and fuel box. pulled over to here. Oh, we got some damage. It's in a repair zone. That's okay. So we should. It's still not backing up. Do I have speed? I don't have speed modules. I don't really want to expand it. I mean, okay, I could expand it more. I just need to move this. Like I said, they're not enough. Normally I have massive fields of these. Okay, just fits under the rail. That's fine. That can go then. Okay, so it's a lot more. So this is like really backing up now because we just got that much ice. Oops. To be fair, I'm covered anyway. To be fair, I don't think I need more than what I've got here, so I can give myself more room and pull that here. Okay, so that should solve that problem. That will never block. To be fair, I don't need that many. I was gonna have that many for the sake of it. Cool. So yeah, we've got loads of stone on there. That's amazing. Then again, stone's never in short supply. Let's be honest. Not on Fulgora, anyway. Oh, there's a problem. That's in the way. No. It's fine. I don't mind that. I've just lost a bunch. In fact, stick that there then. Oh, fuck's sake. Bloody put it wrong. There we go. So yeah, all going. So got 18 here now, all running, making rocket fuel. So what's that? It's next to nothing. Brain's given up. Can't do maths now. 1.44 a second. That's what we're making as well, on the assumption that we're keeping with enough fuel blocks running. Might be worth dropping productivity modules on there. I don't know. See, this is then also another problem I've got to be mindful of. Once this fills and this blocks, my rocket fuel production will just sink. Not really a whole lot I can do about that. Obviously, the more production I have happening in the square, not technically a square, but within the square, then, you know, the more availability of fuel blocks and ice blocks I have. So it's fine. Worst case scenario, I'll just set up some chemical plants to make some. Right, so yes, that's a problem. I need to have them on the same belt regardless. I ain't got room to put long-handed in. I'm full. Alright, I haven't actually finished hooking up the water yet. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Right, so this is gonna get a bloody lot. Have I got enough? Yeah, I do. Cool. So I'm definitely going to need a bunch more of these. Because what? That's 14. 56. God, that took me a while to work out. Making 60, but obviously, you know, this will take 70. Not 70, sorry, 35. Obviously, actually saying that, these definitely going to have productivity modules. Like, not even a hesitation with that one. Probably speed modules along there at some point. Speed beacons, I should say. All right. Okay. I need cliff explosives. Cool. Go. Vulcanist, please. Thank you. Wait. I have got number 5 done. I think here that I want to make use of. Maybe yes. No, that actually. Since production science is our bottleneck due to issues with stone on Navis. This is one reason why I'm giving strong consideration to moving it. To be fair, actually, it's all right at the moment. It's actually steel. I need faster belts. So faster belts and stack inserters. Chemical science is also okay. Chemical science just needs speed modules, speed beacons. All right, so at the moment, until I got the cliff explosives, I can't actually move that around. Well, I mean, I can. I'll use this. It will get moved at some point. I have an odd number of 6 due to that. To be fair, I don't need that much, do I? No, one's fine. Okay. Yep. Oh, he doesn't do pass-throughs no more, does it? Oh, I forgot about that. They changed how it worked. All right. So I need to spread it out. Bollocks. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, is that going to mean that I'm actually technically I'm going to have less? Yeah, because I'm not going to have space. I mean, okay, actually, no, still works. Mm-hmm. All right, more picking up at the bloody stone. Say. That didn't empty me out as much as I'd hoped. Fine. I can go into here. I do a loopy round. Yep. Because then just make life a little easier for me. I can just do that. Okay, I've got an odd number. Why do I have an odd number? There we go. That's my reason. Please be through, thank you. Cool. Power. Oh, I've got to do underground, haven't I? Okay, so all powered up. That will right, okay. So once I've got okay, I already have 9 left. Yeah, so it will be once I've got the capacitors. Is it capacitors? And accumulators. Yeah, supercapacitors. On a belt, pulled down there. Okay, cool. That's fine. No, can't go there. Ah, balls. All right. Base. There you go. Okay, so that will take them out. So that's all nice and good. Basically the opposite of the heavy oil. Okay, there we go. So that's that done. So obviously, well, the next thing is to go back and get more electromagnetic parts because you know I've run out. So you know we need plenty more. This is going to get full. So he said back right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to end now. It's an hour early, but the pain in my head is really messing up my focus and I'm really struggling. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up early. Let me just quickly see. No, we're not. No. So I'm not going to raid. Assuming the headache shifted, I will be back tomorrow. we'll get a bit more of this done. Hopefully I will be more focused. It is expected just to be as hot tomorrow. Obviously kids are off school, so I am doing stuff with them, so it means I don't get rest. But yeah, thanks for coming in. I appreciate everyone's patience with me. Have a good one. Hopefully see you tomorrow. If I don't, I will see you next week. Have a good one.